And the Sports Nerds are live on Facebook and on vim.tv. And we're live on Pinterest, which gets us into Twitter. So, interesting week. It's been an interesting week, guys. Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
And the biggest news of all, of course, was last night. Andrew Luck decides he's going to announce his retirement from the NFL the second week or the third week of preseason, with 2 weeks to go before the season starts. He's citing injuries, and the recovery and the rehab and the mental strain it's put on him, and it's soured his love of the game. Now, I can understand the reasoning. I can understand why he says what he says. He's been injured for 4 years. I mean, from the shoulder to the leg issue he had this year, he's been injured, for the last 4 years of his career, and he's been rehabbing the whole time. Right. He missed the entire 2017 season, if I'm not mistaken. And I was in the middle of watching U of F in Miami last night when that came across Twitter last night. I'm like, holy cow, this can't be right. And Ken, Schefter, he's got a parody account out there that some guy likes to intimidate.
That's true,
but and I thought that was at first I thought it was the parody account making that announcement, but then I saw the blue check. And it's like, oh no, this is right. Mm-hmm. Schefter's right.
This is on the mark, and he's a stickler for accuracy. So
he's the only one of those so-called professional announcers that are professional sports writers that I even trust.
Well, I don't mind Ian Rappaport so much. I can get into him as well, but it's
he makes up too much stuff.
Yeah, hang on a second. We got a problem.
Who does?
Ian Rappaport.
No, I don't know if he makes it up. I don't think he's got the connection.
A couple years ago, he tried trading Ben Roethlisberger to the Cardinals.
Well, that tells me why you're not happy with him. Okay, I understand that now. Hang on a second.
There are ones. Oh, go ahead.
He was saying all the reasons why the Roethlisberger was going to the Cardinals as opposed to staying with the Steelers. And I said, you got to be kidding me. And there was never even anything close to that. He was just making up stuff.
Yeah. There's things, I agree with you. There's guys out there that I do trust and those that I don't. And Ian Rappaport kind of straddles the line sometimes. So.
Yep. Let's see if it's going to work now. We should be good. There we are. Cool.
All right.
Yeah. Well, because I had lost my connection to Facebook, but it's back in line now. Okay, there we go.
All right, hold on. I want to send a shout out to somebody.
Okay.
This is my friend Missy from my video game. She attends a show just about every week on Vim. She is a single mom with 4 kids and doesn't even follow sports, but she is here to support us just about every week.
Wow. Is she not on Facebook? Where does she watch? Where's she watch it at?
I know she does it on Vim.
On Vim. Okay, so she's in the Vim channel. Okay.
Yeah.
And her name is Missy?
Missy?
Her name is Missy.
Yep.
Hi, Missy.
All right, for those of you watching, we're down 2 guys at the time being. John Olson is off monster trucking with his son. He's not in the truck. He's watching the show. He's not in the show. And
be one of the trucks.
Yeah.
That would be fun.
And then of course we're waiting on Elliot. He may come in a little bit later. I don't know. I haven't seen him yet. So, anyway, we're pretty big day in the sports industry yesterday. Did you watch that game between Miami and Florida last night? Kenny, by chance, did you happen to watch that?
I did not get to see it, but I saw some of the highlights later. I was watching the Cowboys and Texans last night.
I got you. That whitewash the Cowboys did to the Texans last night. Yeah, I saw it like 34-0 or whatever it was.
Just on a quick side note, I very much hope that our best game of the season is not going to be the Week 3 preseason games. 34-0 is pretty nice. It got us our Governor's Cup back. So
There you go.
But yeah, I was watching that when and kind of following on Twitter when I saw Schefter's post, and I thought, whoa, and I did not see this coming.
Yep.
But I'll have a few more things to say about that here in a little bit. But yeah, that was pretty stunning.
Yeah. But getting back to the game last night, that was one ugly college football game. I don't know if Bob watched it too. He knows.
I watched some of it.
I heard it was raining pretty much the entire game. And,
no, it wasn't raining. It was just sloppy. It was bad. It was
okay.
Poor tackling, poor execution, penalties, and anything that could go wrong on both sides of the ball for both teams went wrong last night. It was just a matter of whoever could score the most despite their own mistakes.
Right.
In that game last night, Miami looked terrible. Florida didn't look much better. So, and they're ranked eighth in the country. How they could be ranked eighth, I don't know.
I sure hope they're not getting that ranking from last year's bowl game against us. So.
Well, they're getting a lot of push from that win against Michigan, and Michigan was really overrated last year. So I don't know. I think it's a high ranking. I think it's still a bit too high. But
I did see a pretty impressive run by Miami's running back, that 50-yard touchdown run. That was pretty nice.
Yes,
that was.
Yeah, they're number 13. D.D. King, I think, is what his name is, or something like that.
Yeah.
They both had a couple. Both teams had a couple of good runs there. And King had two great runs, and then they had one. The guy that never played wears number 1 for Florida had a nice run too. Out of the backfield. But it was just a sloppy college football. And it's the first week of the season, so these teams guys are still getting used to each other, and they're getting used to gameplay. So, they haven't really had a chance to play anybody except themselves for 3-4 months.
Right. Looked like the really great game last night was Arizona and Hawaii. That was a pretty
but
nice.
I wasn't staying up for that game last night. I mean,
I listened to it on the radio, but it was a pretty wild finish.
Well, it was Hawaii ended up. I mean, the quarterback for Arizona was 1 yard from the end zone, and Hawaii made a desperate tackle to save the game at the end of the game.
45-38.
Yeah. I see Elliot's here. I don't know if you can hear me or not, or he's coming on camera or anything, but I see Elliot's here.
How's it going, E?
Elliot.
What's up,
Elliot. I'm sure he'll show his face sooner or later.
Mm-hmm.
But getting back to Luck, the timing is what I question on that.
I agree.
2 weeks from the opening game of the season, and there's rumors flying that the Colts knew as early as March this could happen. But the Colts are saying no, we didn't know until this week that he was thinking about doing it. Which believe who you want to believe on that. The other thing is, the fans' reaction at the game.
Oh yes, about to get to that.
When he walked off the field at the end of the game, there were a lot of boos in that stadium.
That was totally uncalled for, and I tweeted on there. I said, "Stay classy, Indy."
Yeah, I did see that.
That was totally unnecessary, and the ingratitude. I mean, this guy. I mean, he didn't get a chance to do a lot for the Colts. At least getting in the playoffs or anything. They won one playoff game, I think, against Houston. But I mean, this guy gave his whole, soul for game of football in the city of Indianapolis, and to treat him like that was just absolutely outrageous.
Absolutely, and what people and I saw a lot of reaction on Twitter as well last night, Ken. I'm sure you did too, about fans not being upset with him and calling him weak, calling him soft. What people don't understand. Now, I never played the game. I didn't play the game as a kid, other than for fun with my friends. I never played any organized football when I was.
Neither did I.
But what these people don't understand is what it takes to get from game to game in the NFL. What your body has to go through physically during the course of the week to prepare yourself for another 60 minutes of football. These guys get bumps and bruises and scrapes and sprains and tears, and guys play hurt from almost week one all the way through the entire season. The toll that the game plays on the body. All you have to do is look at the old timers who have come up with CTE, Alzheimer's, dementia. They can't walk; they're walking with canes.
Exactly.
Some guys are in wheelchairs. It's because of what their body went through for just 7 or 8 years of just being in the NFL. They put their bodies on the line every single week. And if you don't think getting hit by a 300-foot lineman play after play after play after play doesn't take its toll, then you don't understand the game.
This is where I have to question some of the front office decisions that the Colts have made as far as offensive line.
Yes, I have issues as well. I'm with you on that.
Now, 2 quarterbacks indirectly, Peyton Manning on first, and now Andrew Luck, that their offensive line have pretty much ruined quarterback careers.
Correct.
And they have absolutely done nothing to bolster that offensive line. And I'll face it, Andrew was a sitting duck there several times last year in the last 5 years. And so I can totally understand where he would be tired of this. And I mean, this guy, like I said, he gave his heart and soul for the game of football, and to walk away from it like this, that's a pretty bold move, and I salute him for it. I have absolutely no sympathy, especially for people playing fantasy football who have no idea what he's going through week after week, like you said. And I mean, were you honestly going to draft an injured quarterback knowing he was injured? I mean, even if it is Andrew Luck,
right?
I mean, check the injury wire. I mean, he stayed on there constantly for the last 3 or 4 years, and so I've got absolutely no sympathy for the fantasy football people who are giving him all kinds of grief over this. And it's if you think he's really soft, grab a jump and get in the game. Let me see how you
exactly. Yeah, there's a lot of reporters coming to his defense saying they've been on the sideline. They can hear guys screaming and hollering and grunting. It sounds like 2 cars colliding when players hit each other. But I agree with you as far as the Colts organization is concerned. Whoever the former GM of the Colts did nothing during the draft to help as far as build that offensive line around Andrew Luck. And Bob, you and I and Rhonda as well had these discussions about the offensive line in Indianapolis.
Right.
Okay? And how pitiful it was, and how the GM and the organization was not drafting offensive linemen. They were going for weapons and going for running backs, or going for wide receivers, or going for skill players, or going for defense. They were not bolstering that offensive line. And all you have to do is look as far as Seattle to find out what happens when you don't bolster an offensive line, because that guy runs for his life all the time. Just until recently, he hasn't had an offensive line, but now he's got a better offensive line, and it should be better.
Right.
Okay. Because Russell Wilson is Andrew Luck is mobile, but he's not as mobile as Russell Wilson is, and Wilson can get himself out of that trouble. Okay. But again, I fault the Colts front office. And that could be also part of the reason why I found out today that the Colts are not going to request any money back from Andrew Luck because of this.
Right.
Okay. He saw the potential of losing almost $25 million out of his pocket because he made that decision to retire yesterday. And the Colts don't want a dime of it back. Well, that's compensation for not protecting your quarterback for the last 5 years, for the last 7-8 years. So there he is. What's up, Big E?
What up, E?
How we doing?
Tired, sluggish.
Welcome to the club.
Hey.
That stomach thing happening was starting to happen again. I'm trying to keep it at bay.
Okay. Well, you know what? You're upright and breathing. That's what counts, right?
Yeah, I don't know about upright, but
as long as you're this side of a dirt nap, you're good.
Okay, my condolences go out to anybody who drafted way too early and drafted Andrew Luck.
I made that statement last night on Twitter, yes.
And Lamar Miller.
Yes. There was a guy that actually drafted both. And he drafted the night before it happened.
Now do you see why I leave draft for like the last minute?
And that's what I said on Twitter last night, Elliot. I don't know if you saw it or not, but I said, this is why you do not draft your fantasy team the second week of preseason, right here.
Right. Or the third week.
I have no sympathy for anybody who is upset because Andrew Luck retired after you drafted your fantasy team. I have no sympathy for you whatsoever. Neither does Ken.
If you run down his list of injuries, there's no way you can hold this guy responsible for retiring.
We were just talking about that. It's the fault of the Colts front office for not putting an offensive line around that guy while he was playing.
Lacerated kidney, ruptured lung, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Rib cartilage, broken ribs.
Cartilage, knee.
Yep.
Now it was the knee and the ankle or some shit.
No, his shin and the ankle. He's got a high ankle
You know what?
sprain.
Ankle and calf.
It's hard enough to prepare in the NFL for a game when you're 100% healthy.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we talked about that too. The guy thing, the stuff that these guys have to go through on a weekly basis just to get ready to play on Sunday.
Well, yeah.
Never mind all the film study and all the practice. And it's the actual conditioning and treatment they have to go through during the course of the week to get ready for a game.
And Andrew Luck's been through some serious rehabs so far, and I just think he's tired of it. 29 years old, he's still got a whole lifetime ahead of him.
Yeah.
That's right. He's got a degree from Stanford that he can use, and I fully expect the network's going to be banging at his door at any day.
Well, I don't know that he'll do any NFL work, but I think he's got a career outside of football because of that degree he got at Stanford.
I actually think at some point he might come back.
Engineer.
Yeah.
I think at some point he might come back as a coach.
I don't know about that, but we'll
be a QB coach. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Something of that nature. Either that or he'll go broadcast. I don't know, whatever.
I don't think he's going to waste his time on broadcasting. I think he's going to be more into the field where his degree is from. I think it's architectural engineering. Is that what you said, Bob?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's an architect, so he can design shit. Maybe he can design stadiums for the NFL. I don't know.
That was what they were saying.
Yeah, I mean, he's an architect. The guy is just a freaking genius.
Yeah.
Smart.
And you know what? He was in trouble from the beginning, dude. He had to fucking fill the shoes of Peyton Manning.
Yes. Hi, Crystal.
That just wasn't happening.
Wayne Lynch is in the house, Kenny.
Hey, what's up, Wayne?
Hey.
I mean, coming out of college, he was already in trouble. He had to live up to a Peyton Manning type.
Well, yeah, he was doomed from the beginning, having to follow up a Hall of Famer.
I mean, the only thing that was not any worse was that he didn't get drafted after RG3, but
right.
Oh, did you see what happened on the Vegas action on the Colts last night after the announcement? It went from
what the line go up to
30-1.
Yes.
And they were what, about 8-1, 10-1?
Plus or minus was like 9 games after that. It was
exactly
8 or 9 games was their plus or minus.
10 to 6.5, 6.5.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Wow. one player.
They took him off. I think they took the Colts off the board, I think, at one point too.
I think.
So
probably.
Yeah, so the ramifications were even felt all the way into Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
So but
I haven't even looked at what their schedule looks like, but it's Jacoby Brissett's show now. So.
You know what? People are going to be surprised at how well Jacoby Brissett's going to play.
I think they will be too.
Is he still with the Colts?
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
He's now the starting quarterback.
He's now the starter.
Yeah, he's now the starting quarterback of the Colts. Yes.
You know what? I would definitely put him on my roster. Tuck him away.
He's a possibility because he's a runner as well as a passer. He's
a hell of a runner.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
he doesn't have great speed, but he's got some moves, and
he did do a little stint in New England. So he's one of those one of those Belichick trained quarterbacks too. So
as long as you don't do a butt fumble, you're okay, man. Butt fumbles can ruin your career.
Just yeah. Is he still on the Cowboys roster, Kenny?
No.
No.
Mark Sanchez.
Who?
Mark Sanchez. He didn't retire, did he?
He retired.
Did he really?
Yeah, he retired.
I think he retired. Oh, that's right. He's on. He's working for ESPN now. He's going to be on their college football coverage.
Hey, Brett. But yeah, I mean, as far as reaction goes across the NFL, Colt fans stay classy, like Kenny said, because they, booing your star quarterback, even though he's making a decision for his health and his future, and booing the guy as he walks off the field is just. I mean, I had a lot of respect for Colts fans until last night. Now I don't have much at all.
Yeah, that was kind of cold-blooded, man. You know what? The guy could have came back and played through his injuries, and they still wouldn't be fucking satisfied. Okay?
Well, you don't want a guy under center who doesn't really want to be there either, Elliot. You know what I'm saying?
Well, not just that, but the combination of not wanting to be there and dealing with constant injury.
Yes.
A combination of those two things can drive a motherfucker crazy.
Yes.
So I think he did the right thing because, like I said, if he comes back, let's say he does come back, the fans are going to boo him the minute he doesn't do something right.
Right.
And why did he need to do it right? Because he's injured.
Yes.
Hello? Be a human for once in your life.
Right.
Football fans.
Yep. Hey, Eric.
I think the Colts fans are still stung from that loss to the Saints in the Super Bowl, and they're so desperate to get back and make amends for it that they
didn't they come back and beat the Bears?
Well, didn't they come back and beat the Bears after that Super Bowl?
No, the Bears game's before that.
Is before. Okay.
Yeah, that was before that. Yeah.
That was the one they played in Miami, and it was pouring down rain.
Yeah.
No, that was.
Yeah, because I still lived in Pennsylvania whenever they played the Bears, and then I lived down here whenever they played the Saints.
Okay, all right.
The whole thing that kicked it, you know what? The whole thing that turned around that Saints game was that fucking onside kick.
Yep.
Oh yeah, for sure.
In the second half, yes.
That turned the whole fucking game right there.
We were not looking for that.
But Andrew Luck was never going to be Peyton Manning.
No,
and that's
there
the
was
problem.
a lot of weight on his shoulders, a lot of expectations people had for him, expecting him to be the second coming of Peyton Manning. And I'm sorry, he never was going to be. He never had Peyton's talent. He did not have Peyton's talent as far as being able to read defenses and throw the football. He's got great touch, but he doesn't quite have what Peyton had.
You know what I'm hearing?
Nobody does.
Yeah.
You know what I'm thinking?
Exactly.
You know, I've been hearing where they're talking about the Giants trading Eli Manning to the Colts.
I heard that. Heard that last night too. The conspiracy theories.
Put another Manning. Put him under another Manning under center, and
then when if they do that, and Daniel Jones goes under center for week 1 and gets killed, then they're gonna wonder, well, now what do we do?
Actually, you know what? A lot of people said this Daniel Jones kid has been ripping it in freaking preseason.
He's had a great preseason, but the defenses he's seeing are not going to be what he's going to see.
I doubt he's going to be. I really sincerely doubt he's going to be another Nate Peterson.
Well, no. I mean, he may be a good quarterback, but I mean, right now you got to stick with Eli because of his experience.
Yeah.
I mean, Eli's.
No, you trade Eli to the Colts for Jacoby Brissett and let Brissett.
That sounds like one of your fantasy trades, Elliot.
I also heard one that they're going to try and lure Tony Romo out of retirement. I got news for you.
Well, I heard that they were going to get Josh Rosen as well out of Miami.
Ooh. Josh Rosen ain't going nowhere.
I know that.
At some point, the Polish rifle is going to have to go down. You know what I'm saying? Ryan Fitzpatrick is not going to last forever.
Fitzpatrick. Mr. Harvard.
I think he's on a mission to play for all 32 teams.
And he's probably already halfway there.
Probably. I wouldn't doubt it.
I watched a little bit of the Miami-Jacksonville game the other night, and Rosen had his good points and his bad points. Nothing really knocked me out as far as his play. But
nothing at the quarterback position since Brian Greasy has knocked anybody over in Miami.
That's true.
Bob Greasy.
Bob Greasy. And Marino.
I corrected it. Oh, yeah, Marino.
Since
Marino.
Yeah, there was this guy named Dan Marino who broke all the NFL passing records before he retired. And, Hall of Famer. Yeah. CBS broadcaster, the whole 9 yards.
I think Tannehill would have been okay if he hadn't gotten hurt. But
at one point they also had who was it? Started with the
Tannehill's
Jets. He had shoulder problems as most of his career.
Oh, I know who you're thinking.
Who in Miami?
Chad Pennington.
Chad Pennington.
Yeah,
Started with
he would have been good had he not been injured. I think he would have been good too.
They were hoping,
suffered from shoulder injuries his whole career.
Yeah. They were hoping they were going to get the Chad Pennington that had been on the Jets, and it just didn't work out.
No, he was already broken up by the time he got there.
Any player that does good on the Jets, better hope they don't get traded because their talents will go shit after that.
Well, the Jets aren't looking that bad. The Jets aren't looking that bad
That
right
should
now
be the reverse effect.
Right.
But, they max out in New York, and then it seems like the Monstars come in and suck the fucking.
Well, Miami has not named a starter yet. They still haven't decided who's going to start game one, which means you may see both quarterbacks on next week on the fourth preseason game, which is
it'll be Fitzpatrick until Fitzpatrick loses the spot, because they're not going to want to toy with Rosen at the beginning of the season. That's just not going to happen. I don't think.
We shall see.
Well, Rosen has to get comfortable in
Miami doesn't know what the fuck they're doing half the time anyway.
That's true.
That whole fucking AFC East.
Except
besides New England.
The AFC East is a shit show and has been for decades.
Clusterfuck, man.
Yeah.
What? It's the Patriots and the Zoo.
Yes.
AFC East, White and the Three Stooges.
Yes, it is. You're correct.
It is.
So Case Keenum is the starting quarterback for the Redskins now?
Yes.
What I hear. We'll see how that works out.
What the fuck is he whining about now?
Well, Haskins hasn't shown he can take control yet, so I guess that's why they're going to name Case Keenum the starter until Haskins can prove him wrong. So.
And I have no problems with that one. I mean, Case Keenum, he's a journeyman backup.
Right.
He had one good year in Minnesota.
Yep.
Quite honestly, more times than not, you don't take a quarterback with the number one pick.
No.
More times than not.
Unless you get the top tier talent.
A sure thing, yeah. There you go.
And they're not all sure things either.
Not anymore, they're not.
Nope.
It's a big risk these days. There was a time you could get one LOA like that, but those days are gone right now. I'm not sure coming back. You looking forward to that Pittsburgh Tennessee game, Bob?
You gonna watch that tonight, Bob?
I might turn it on a little bit.
See, I can't get into preseason. I just can't.
I have not watched one stick of preseason.
Until week one gets here and I turn on Scott Hansen and the NFL Red Zone, I don't care. That's all it is.
It's football. That's all I can say.
I mean, the most football I watched was last night. It was college. That's the most football I've watched all season long.
And that's probably the most that I've watched too. I watched a little bit of a Buffalo preseason game when I was at the bar a couple weeks ago. And
so, did you guys like the league safe money thing?
The what?
For stashing the league fees?
Oh yeah, that was really easy to use.
It was easy to use.
If Bob can use it, anybody can use it. I'm just saying.
Exactly. If I figured out how to do it, then anybody should figure out how to use it.
Well, I tried to find a platform that would be easy for everybody, especially our brethren of the North.
Yes.
Okay. Because they seem to always have fucking issues with their currency exchange and all that shit.
Yeah, and we still got till for those of you that haven't paid yet, we still got till Friday to put the money in. That's when the 30th is.
There's only 4 people unpaid right now.
Yeah. Okay.
So.
Let me toss something real quick.
And 2 of them are related. And one of them's not here when he's supposed to be.
Well, that's all right. He'll get it taken care of. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about John.
Yeah, I know that. Worry about that one.
See, the thing is, okay, so John, yesterday I'm trying to get him to get a hold of his people so they.
Yeah, he told me. He told me.
Locked in, right? So then he sends me a text that I didn't see till this morning, saying you made me rush to do all that, blah blah, and the draft's not till next week. Yeah, but
he
do
thought
you
the
want me
draft
to?
because he thought
Would
he
you like
assumed
me
it
to
was
do the
tomorrow. It was
draft
tonight.
order right? Would you like me to do the draft order right before the draft starts? I need all 12 guys signed in. What does it take to fucking click a button, sign in, and that's that?
So you can get the draft order together. And I understand that. And also
this guy wants to see the card
Saturday
before
is
Yanni's up.
and Elliot, all due respect, Saturday is his day of rest. He doesn't do anything online on Saturdays, period. Anything, nothing else. It's all about him staying home and being with the family and taking care of the family. And he should
have had this done a long time ago, not just days before that. You know?
Hey, Jamal's in the house.
You know what? And I don't even blame him. I blame the people that he's bringing forward.
I understand. Yeah.
You know,
in Vegas, if you ask to see the cards before Yanni up, they kind of look down on them.
Yeah, but knowing where you pick is a key strategy for when you draft.
You need more than like a day or two advance to do that too. I would think.
Yeah, that's why I try to give a week. Like I was gonna do it today, announce them today, and then next week you got a whole week.
Yep.
But now, until I get that 12th person signed in, don't be too surprised if I come up on 7 o'clock on Sunday and say, "Hey, hang on while I do the draft order."
Right.
Let me ask you something, Scooter. Is PayPal still a big thing? Or is it going by the wayside?
It is a big thing, but it's the people that I've been hanging out with in the online marketing industry are souring on PayPal because they're cutting off their funds. John lost $17,000 from PayPal.
Oh wow!
Because they decided his business was not worthy of their of PayPal, and they call it, they thought it was a scam or a Ponzi scheme or a pyramid scheme, whatever you want to call it. When in fact it wasn't. But PayPal pretty much stole $17,000 from John. He wants nothing to do with it. I still have a PayPal account. I use it to pay. Yeah, I pay my in fact I pay my Zoom account with PayPal. So I still use it on a monthly basis. But I only use it for one transaction. Otherwise, I'm using my credit card or a debit card to take care of my online stuff.
Yeah, so, I'm like you. I still have an account, but I just don't use it anymore.
Like I said, I only use it once a month, and it's automatic. I don't have to even go onto the site. It just automatically pays Zoom, and I'm good because it's linked to my checking account and just pulls the money from my checking account to pay for it. So but no, PayPal is still big, but it's lost a lot of its luster in the online marketing industry because of how they've been treated.
Yeah. You know why? Because of people's food, cats, and all other bullshit that people get on there and put on there, and their personal lives, by the way.
Yeah.
That kind of tainted the whole Facebook thing. In the beginning, it was cool.
Yeah.
But they got too big for themselves, I think. And then with all the scandals of the Russia and all that, Facebook.
No, we're talking about PayPal, not Facebook.
Oh, PayPal.
PayPal.
Yeah, I mean, you and I still use PayPal.
I've never had a problem with Paypal, so
that's because you're not because you're not in online business as much, Elliot, as John and the rest of the gang was. That's why they have a big bad taste in their mouth.
Yeah, but they're Canadian. They're in Canada. That's part of the problem too.
Doesn't have anything to do with Canada. It's
maybe
more PayPal's opinion of the industry.
Are you sure it's not in the USMCA?
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Alexa,
Lamar Miller tears his ACL last night.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, by the way, I got me a new toy.
We saw him being carted off the field last night.
Yeah, and the rumor mill is already flying about getting AP into Houston.
That's my new toy.
That's your new toy?
Yep. See.
You're okay. Just don't do it on cam, please. Thank you.
It's called a freeze pipe.
A freeze pipe. Yep. So you get freezing. You get like frozen.
It's got glycerin in the chamber.
Yeah.
That freezes up these coils.
Yeah.
So when you do hits, they're cool. They're not freaking
harsh. Right. Okay. I understand that. Like I said, just do it on cam, please. Thank you. We are live on Facebook, but I appreciate so I appreciate that.
There might be somebody from the FBI watching.
Yeah. People I work with watch this show. Please don't. So anyway, yeah, there's talk about
Okay,
bringing
fine.
him in. However, speaking of the devil, however, Doug Martin was also released today by the Oakland Raiders.
Wow.
Gee, that's
I
no
knew they
surprise.
were talking about releasing him, but I didn't know him.
Doug
When
Martin
he-
might also be an option for Houston to bring into
Yeah.
camp and see if he can do it. I mean, Lamar Miller's backup. Who's the backup in Houston? Do you know, Ken?
I can't remember who they had in last night.
Well, they got rid of Dante Foreman.
I didn't recognize it. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, it's somebody we don't know. And, so Houston may look to Doug Martin since he's just been released. Bring AP back home because he's a Texas guy. So I don't know.
They had a chance to get AP about 3 or 4 years ago and passed on him. I don't understand why.
AP was a little hot at that time. He was a little radioactive at that point. So
yeah, that's true.
Adrian Peterson.
Oh, with the kid thing?
He was a little radioactive at that point, which is probably why they didn't bring him in. But he's got to be the number 3 back on that Redskin roster. He's not necessarily a second or third.
But don't forget that Darius Geis coming back too.
Geis is coming back. Yes, exactly. That's my point.
I haven't seen the Redskins play yet, so I haven't seen the chance. I don't know if he's.
That's okay. Redskins fans haven't seen him play yet.
Yeah.
Right. So, but
and AP still, I don't care how old he is, that's still a future Hall of Famer.
yes,
He's a first ballot, dude. He's a first ballot.
And he can still do it. He is a machine of an athlete.
he showed flashes of it last year after Geis went down. He took over the carries.
Right.
He showed lots of flashes of it last year.
I think this year might be a different story because they have a worse offensive line this year.
Speaking of offensive lines, the Browns looked pathetic. That Browns offensive line couldn't protect to save friggin' Baker's life Thursday.
Hey, preseason, yo. Write it off the preseason.
And I said at the beginning of the season that offensive line is going to be the weak spot of that Browns. If they can't get that figured out, Baker's going to be running for his life this season, which is good because he's better out of the pocket anyway. But still, I mean, it worries me. That offensive line concerns me.
Who are they playing the other night? I'm trying to remember.
They played
What was
Tampa.
the one thing Antonio Brown did a lot is when Ben Roethlisberger extended plays.
Yes.
Right? So that's what they're going to have to do. They're going to have to extend the play.
Yep.
And then they got gazelles at the wide receiver
Correct.
position.
Yes,
Right.
So you extend the play by about 3 or 4 seconds, find the open guy.
Baker will find somebody in that 3 or 4
Of course,
seconds.
because somebody will get open in those extra 3 or 4 seconds.
Yeah. And speaking of AB, he lost his second lawsuit today too. They turned him. They shut him down. So he can't. He had the second. He can't wear the second helmet either. So
I don't know why he's bothering. It's so insignificant, this helmet bullshit.
I don't know because of Hard Knocks. He wants the drama on Hard Knocks. Now, who knows?
That's probably what it is.
So yeah, he lost his second court case on the helmet issue. So he's going to have to bite the bullet and wear a current helmet that's allowed. So go figure.
The helmet he was wanting to wear was by Shutt.
Yes, he was asking for an exception.
Turn on color bulb.
Grandfather.
He wanted to be grandfathered like the rest of the league was when they made the
Right.
change. Yes.
Yeah. But then they shut down all the Shutt helmets. And who's making this new one? Do you know?
No idea. No idea.
Because for the longest time it was Riddell made almost all of them. And Shutt came in, and Shutt made the first. I think Notre Dame started wearing Shutt helmets about 10, 12 years ago, and they were one of the first ones I saw wear them. I don't know what happened since then.
You sure did cough a lot for something that's not supposed to be harsh, Elliot. The good thing it's medicinal.
Hold on to it till the end of the show. Gotta be out of your fucking mind, man. I can't even hold my breath 10 seconds when I want to.
That's it. Yeah. Well,
Alexa, turn off the color bulb.
But yeah, I mean, the whole ABC issue is it's all about the publicity. It's all about the drama, and I'm over it. Done. Let's play football. And again, I'm sorry.
And he doesn't even want to do that.
He is not going to be as potent a weapon in Oakland as he was in Pittsburgh. I'm sorry. It's not going to happen.
I wouldn't say it's not going to happen, but it ain't going to happen right away.
They need a lot. There's a lot more issues with that team than just what's between AB's ears. There's a lot of issues with that team right now. They're not a very good team. And
you know why AB signed with the Raiders, right?
Why? Wasn't Derek Carr?
Because they're going to Vegas.
Vegas.
You don't think AB wanted to actually live in Oakland for the rest of his life?
Who does?
He said, "Oh, you guys are going to Vegas next year? Sure, I'll sign up with you. I can start marketing my Vegas gear now."
That's why he's acting up. He isn't going to even play till next year.
Nope. He's like,
you don't think AB's going to play till this year, huh?
Alexa, turn on the fan. I'm dying over here.
Oh, jeez.
I got to turn it off so I can. I got to turn it off so I can medicate. You know what I'm saying?
Elliot,
yep.
You triggered mine by saying that.
What?
You triggered mine by saying that.
Triggered yours?
He's got one of those as well, and his responded to you.
And mine responded to you.
I'm still lost.
He has that device that you said.
I have that Echo Dot sitting right behind me.
The Alexa.
Whenever,
you have the Alexa?
Yes.
Yes, and mine responds whenever you talk.
See, it
You're
did
not
it
supposed to
again.
know that. Mind your fucking business. Somebody said Alexa and she turned
What's wrong with your why you keep moving your camera around, Elliot?
Well, because I'm going to stand up now.
Okay.
Hey, can I do a quick shout out?
Yes.
Sure.
I'd like to give a quick shout out to the River Ridge, Louisiana Little League World Series champions.
The Little League World Champions. Yes.
World champions. First championship ever for the state of Louisiana.
Excellent.
And they won 8-0.
Yeah, they spanked him.
Wow.
Curacao.
Yeah. At number 22, the Roussel kid, he's going to have scouts on him.
Yes.
For long.
The most hits of any major Little League World Series player in history.
Ever.
Yes.
I see Rory won the FedEx Cup.
At one time.
Yes, Rory won today as well. Did you see that? Did you see that performance from Rory today, Kenny?
I did not.
Yeah, he won Rory just smoked the entire field. 15. Yeah, he won by 3 shots. $15 million first prize for winning the FedEx Cup.
I played that round. I played that tournament once and retired.
The last place person in the tournament today still took home $395,000. That was number 30.
I'll tell you what I've been doing.
This is the Tiger effect, gentlemen. This is what it is.
Yeah. I've been playing a game on NBC Sports called NBC Predictor. And of course, we had the tour, prediction game today. I had actually had Brooks Koepka winning that over Rory.
He finished third or fourth, I think.
Third or fourth.
Yeah.
That is one tough thing to do because there's no way to predict it.
No.
There's
because you don't know how these guys are going to perform on a weekly basis. Yeah. I mean, you're swinging.
I know I watch golf a lot of times. I don't watch it at home, but I watch it whenever I go to my parents.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Because your dad loves it. I know he does.
Yeah, my dad loves it. That my parents live on a golf course and all that stuff. But golf's always on whenever I'm down there. And I know that there was one week, I forget what it was, probably, I don't know, a month or 6 weeks ago. And whatever tournament they were on, Rory, he had on this bright orange shirt or something.
Yeah.
But that day he just smoked the entire field.
I think it was the Canadian. He won the Canadian Open this year. And that
right.
He won 3 tournaments. He won the first tournament of the year at TPC Sawgrass, the first big tournament. And when he won the final one at today, the Tour Championship, and the other time he won was the Canadian Open. That might have been what.
That might have been the one that I was watching, but he just. I think I was watching it on Sunday, and he had like a 61 or something. I mean, he just.
It's so nice to see Rory McIlroy playing well again because he was just a phenom when he first came on the tour, and he's had some rough years since then, but he's really come on the last couple of years, got his game back in shape.
Yeah, he's run kind of hot and cold the last year or two, and but it's good to see him back in there. He's a really nice guy too. I mean, I like his personality.
Yes.
And he's one of the fan favorites.
I am not a big fan of Brooks Koepka. This guy just rubs me the wrong way. I just don't know what it is.
I like his game. I don't really particularly like his personality, but his game is off the charts.
His game is great, but it's his personality and his attitude. Whole attitude is terrible.
My mom likes him. That's who my mom likes.
I picked him several times this year, and he came through for me once or twice. But like I said, I like his game, but personality, no.
Yeah, Rory pocketed $15 million today for winning that tournament. Yeah, that's for winning the FedEx Cup. Yeah, that's what he won.
That's crazy, dude.
It's nuts. And again, that's the Tiger effect. That's because Tiger's been out there now for 22 years now. And because of his popularity, the purses of golf has just gone through the freaking roof. Jack Nicklaus today posted a tweet saying that these guys are making more money today than I made in my entire career on tour.
Wow.
It's Jack Nicklaus.
Wow.
Okay.
He used to win.
Jack says he made probably his whole career. Now he's made tons of other money off the course with his design and his architecture and his course building and other things he's involved in. But his actual money he won on tour with the 18 majors and all the tournaments he won, maybe won $5 million his whole career total. Mm-hmm. All right, and second place today won $5 million for 1 week.
Who was runner up?
The runner up was Schauffele.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Xander Schauffele, I think it was. Yeah, he was the runner-up.
I had Schauffele winning his matchup, and then I can't remember who else. I can't remember who else I had picked, but I had Brooke Koepka to win it, and Schauffele, and I can't remember all the rest. I'm on my phone right now, so I can't look it up.
Gotcha. So I'm looking at the TV right now. You watching the game, Elliot?
Which one?
Yankees Dodgers.
Yeah, they both hit leadoff home runs.
Yeah. Yeah, Dodgers shut them down yesterday.
Yeah, but the Yankees spanked their ass on Friday.
I'm not a big fan of these weekend uniforms though, the black and whites.
Oh my God!
Weekend?
Horrible.
Yeah, those things are terrible.
I think the white ones are the worst because you can't see any of them.
You can't see anything on them. You can't read the nicknames. You can't.
I like the Yankees ones. I'm actually ordering.
You like the black ones? You like the black ones?
I like the Gary Sanchez Kraken one. Release the Kraken.
Black ones look too much like the Black Sox scandal uniform.
Yeah. I think it's a bad look. I don't like it. Don't like it at all.
And then black pants to go with it. They look like those special NFL games that they have.
Yeah, the color rush.
Throwback.
Color
rush. Yeah.
I think they should wear the color rush all the time. That's just me.
Oh, Bob, no. The color rush uniforms are terrible.
It takes the uniqueness out of it, man.
You really want to see people wear gold all the time or black on black?
No, that's no. And mustard yellow is a bad color. Mustard yellow is a bad color, Bob. You should know that.
I don't know that, man. Mustard yellow? Come on now. I used to have a mustard yellow suit.
Oh, you just don't like it because yours looks like diarrhea.
Yeah, that's all right. It's all right. It's good.
It looks like boot polish.
I don't even like the all brown or all over either. So I don't like the color rush at all. And the Cowboys that off white almost silver.
We always win.
You know why they do it? You know why they do it?
Why?
To advertise for Nike or whoever it is.
Yeah, correct.
Right.
Oh, Nike.
That's it.
Jig.
But they only do it once a season, right?
No, we do it every
Usually
Thursday night.
No, it's every Thursday night.
Every Thursday night
right?
game.
So every Thursday night, Nike gets an advertisement.
No.
All night long. You know,
Thank you, Phil Knight.
that's some of the, hey, you got deals out there that you got to make sometimes,
Yeah.
Let me throw something at you. How many different color schemes does Oregon wear this year?
Oh my God,
I can't
Oregon!
even
Oregon
talk.
started this
It's a
crap with the
different
color
one
stuff.
every
Right.
week.
Oregon started this crap. You know that. This
Yeah.
this whole
Some of their
Phil
uniforms,
Knight.
some,
That's all I gotta
some of
say.
the
Because that's where
Some of the
Nike is.
some of the Oregon uniforms look like negative exposure.
Yeah, they do. You're right.
They do.
Red
I like
and
the- I like
gray
Oregon
is not.
uniforms.
I was watching the game one time. And they were red and gray. The Oregon Ducks were red and gray.
Yeah.
Why? That's Ohio State colors.
No,
But I
that's,
forget who they were
No.
playing, but
it would be scarlet and gray. Thank you very much.
Scarlet and gray, yeah.
Whatever, dude.
red and gray, whatever. Potato. For Ohio State.
Speaking of Scarlet and Gray, I watched the Fox preseason college special yesterday, and their new studio pundit,
Yes.
Urban
Meyer. Yes, it is.
He's in there
then-
with the two SC
Shows
guys.
up later that day in Orlando at the game wearing Gator colors,
Imagine that.
wearing a Gator polo.
Yep. Has he still got a house in Gainesville?
I don't know. I really don't know. But I'm thinking that Fox show was in Orlando. That's when we can get to the game in time.
I don't know where it was, but I know they had let's see, Brady Quinn, Reggie Bush,
Mhm.
Leinart, and then Urban Meyer, and then the one from Colorado, former Colorado quarterback.
I can't think of his
Cordell
name.
Stewart.
No.
Not that far back, Bob.
Yeah, he had a brother that played also. Joel Clapp.
Joe Clapp. Okay.
Okay, that isn't who I was thinking. I was thinking
God damn.
that
Judge
one-
hit a rocket. Take that, Kershaw.
Just take Kershaw deep again.
Sentence was passed by the judge.
Well, as I'm looking at it, he's 0-2 right now. So I'm assuming he doesn't strike out. I'm assuming because I'm on a delay.
Oh, that's right. I forgot you're on that delayed stuff.
There it is.
Yeah.
There it is. All rise.
Wow.
On an 0-2 pitch, he takes him deep.
He's got BAJ on the back of his shirt, of his jersey.
Badass Judge.
That's what I would say it is, right? But it's Big Aaron Judge.
Big Aaron Judge.
Big and
I would have
Come
said
alive.
that.
He's actually come alive the last couple of weeks too. He's hitting it better.
Yeah, he's back in form, which is why, you know what? I honestly believe that they should sit Giancarlo Stanton for the rest of the season. Just sit him
when they
and
play for the postseason.
let him play. To keep him for the postseason, he can pinch hit and maybe DH a game here and there. But don't put him on the field.
Is this a preview of the World Series?
This is what can be considered a preview, yeah. Because the Dodgers seem to be the only team that has a chance to go.
Dodgers are clinched already the West, I would think. Or probably getting close.
Well, the Dodgers are the best team in the West, but their playoff history in the last couple of years.
Well, they're 1-2 with the Yankees for the best record in baseball.
Yeah, because Kershaw falls apart in the playoffs like every time they can make it. So
You know who else falls apart? David
David Price.
Kenley Jansen.
No, David Price.
Because you know he blew the World Series against Houston, right?
Well, David Price also has a history of falling apart in the playoffs too. Sorry, Ken, but he does.
Well, we're not going to be in the playoffs this year, so it doesn't matter.
Kind of wish the Yankees weren't either, but I can't win everything.
Oh well.
Dude, what is that?
I would not sleep on the Cleveland Indians.
Yeah,
They have the X factor.
and that would be
They have over
Yasiel
200
Puig.
That would be
They have over
very
200
Francona.
Terry Francona, yeah, he won a World Series in Boston, so
He won 2 World Series in Boston.
Yep, and the pitching is coming. You know, they could be getting Corey Kluber back shortly. And Bieber's throwing pretty well. And my concern is, the pitching is my main concern with Unions. They don't have a closer. The closer, I don't like. I'm not a big fan of Hand, but I'm not worried about the hitting. The hitting is just fantastic. The bullpen and the closing pitching are my concerns with the Indians. But yeah, don't sleep on them.
I was here listening to a radio thing this morning, and they were mentioning the fact that there are no real strong closers this year on any team.
No, there really isn't.
None. I mean, it's the Red Sox bullpen has been an absolute joke this year.
Yeah. The years of Dennis Eckersley are gone, my friend.
Oh yeah.
I think the only one, the strongest one by far, I think, has been Chapman. He's got like 30 saves.
Chapman, but he can get.
But he has a lot of hiccups during the season.
He does.
Yeah. And it always seems like he should start from the stretch position because he always seems to let the first guy he faces get on base. So he's always pitching from the stretch.
Right.
Start from the stretch, dude. But yeah, no, I mean, he's about to. And you know what? By this time, Mariano would have had like 45, 50 seconds.
Absolutely. He's not the best in the history for nothing.
How about Gleyber Torres, man? What about that kid? 32 home runs. He's tied with 3 other guys for the lead in multi-home run games in one season.
Yeah.
8. And I think the other guys are like Babe Ruth, Alex Rodriguez, and some other guy from the old days. But that's crazy.
DiMaggio, maybe?
Could be. He's got 32 home runs, and 13 of those were against the Orioles.
Poor Baltimore.
Orioles are going to give up 300 home runs this year.
Yeah.
Isn't that amazing?
But they did beat the Rays today, so you never know.
They did.
Yes.
Did.
Well, that's cool.
Didn't they beat them yesterday, too?
No, actually, I think the Rays won today and lost yesterday. You're right. I'm sorry, Bob.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because it was like 7-1. Somebody hit grand slam in the first inning. When I was looking at it, I was like, ooh. Because I don't watch baseball, but I was like, ooh.
Getting beat by the Orioles getting beat by the Orioles is not a badge of honor. You don't want it. You don't want that to happen.
No.
It'd be pretty embarrassing.
Yeah. Indians gave up.
That's grounds for discharge. Yeah.
Indians are coming off a 3-game sweep by the Mets.
Oh, they got swept.
Yes, they did. The Mets swept them. Huh?
Like
no,
Kansas
the Mets.
City?
The Mets swept them. They lost to Kansas City today. I don't know if that was the third game of the series or not, but they did win yesterday. But they lost to KC in 10 innings, and it was 8-7 after tying it in the bottom of the ninth with a 3-run jack. It was 9-8. It was like there was a 3-run jack in the bottom of the ninth for the Indians to tie it, and they lose it in the 10th 9-8. So I mean. It's got to be that closing pitching, Ken. It's what's killing the Indians right now.
I suspect you're right. Unfortunately, but I've still got confidence in Tito. He'll push the right buttons somehow.
Tito's the man right now.
Yeah, Red Sox lost again.
He's the best manager they've had since Hargrove.
Yep. Wish he'd never left Boston, but.
Cora's not doing too bad in Boston. I mean, they won the World Series last year.
Cora's great.
Yeah.
I'm actually hoping that Rafael Devers is going to get some mention for MVP because he's had an unbelievable season this year.
So Josh Gordon has been activated by the Patriots?
Yes, he has. He practiced in full pads today.
Who did?
Josh Gordon.
Oh, Gordon.
All right. And
the drama continues with the Gordon thing.
And
Are they doing any pools as to how long it'll take him before he smokes his first?
but,
Let's see what the Vegas line
All
is.
right.
I was gonna say, you bet you can get Vegas odds on that one, Elliot. I'm pretty sure you can.
Probably could, man.
8 to
How long
5.
before he
all
fucking
right,
hit
but
the
I
ball?
got to say one thing right now. There was one person that went to the Patriots that kind of snuck up there that I did not realize until last night. As of right now, Julian Edelman is the third receiver in New England.
Okay, who are the first two?
If Julian Edelman will play slot,
Yeah, he usually does.
okay, but you got Josh Gordon on one side and Demaryius Thomas on the
Yes.
other side,
Marius Thomas is a member of the Patriots. Correct. Yes.
which I did not realize.
Mr. consistently getting ACL torns, Demarius Thomas.
Guy from Denver?
Right.
Yes.
Yes.
Mr. Injury prone himself. He's as injury prone as Andrew Luck is.
And then they just got another tight. They just lost another tight end to drugs.
Yes.
I'm telling you, the end is near. The end is near.
We all can only hope. I'm just saying.
You can start. You're
Right,
starting to see cracks in the armor, dude.
I still think that Demaryius Thomas, he can still be a factor.
He's got nothing.
Well, the only reason he can be a factor is because who his quarterback is. That's the only reason why he can be.
Marius Thomas.
If he can stay healthy, he can be a factor.
Look,
Or he will be a factor.
Thomas. Once Peyton Manning went down, he was done.
He was good.
He was done, dude.
All right.
Oh no, Demarius Thomas used to be a fantasy juggernaut. I mean, he was a great fantasy player at one point in time.
Long time he was.
Yeah, but he's been injured. He's had so many injuries the last few years. He's a shell of what he used to be, and why he would be the number one receiver on the Patriots team tells you a lot how that receiving core is going to be. Brady's going to have to do a lot of trickery.
He's going to be doing a lot of throwing out of the back.
Yes. He's going to be throwing a lot of balls to White out of the backfield. Edelman's going to be going over the middle. There's going to be a lot of balls over Edelman going over the middle. You know, Gordon is your deep threat. And
they don't have that legit tight end either.
No, they don't. No. They don't. And I think Gronkowski retired for the same reason that Andrew Luck retired. I think he's been too bad and too beat up.
Injuries,
yeah, too many injuries.
Possibility.
Right.
Real possibility.
That's why people retire most of the time. Is because you know what? It's no longer fun to prepare for the game.
No, but you know what? Barry Sanders retired.
For the season.
Jim Brown and Barry Sanders both retired when they were healthy. Barry wasn't injury prone. Neither was Jim Brown. Okay,
well,
they walked out. The reason Barry retired.
He
walked out because he played for the Lions.
I was gonna say Barry retired because he was fed up with the Lions front office not wanting to win a Super Bowl, not drafting to get good players in there. Jim Brown walked away because he had a Hollywood contract.
Barry Sanders and Calvin Johnson
in the Lions.
hightailed it out of Detroit as fast as they could. Calvin Johnson was like.
Well, Calvin Johnson was beat up too. He had bad ankles.
I think he was doing. I think he still had a few, at least 3 or 4 more.
His legs were just. His legs were done.
And concussions. But he still produced the whole way to the end.
Has anybody heard anything about what Des Bryant's going to do this year? Is he still on the Saints?
No, I think he was. His contract ran out on the Saints, and no one's.
He had a 1-year deal with the Saints.
One-year deal with the Saints. Yeah, he was still.
And now that he's had a
trying to recover from that injury.
Now that he had a blown Achilles,
I don't see him coming. Anybody.
Don't even waste my time with Des Bryant.
I mean, I know he's active on Twitter. I was wondering if he hasn't been thinking about being active.
I don't see anyone beating his door down to sign him. Certainly not Cowboy.
Well, no, Jerry's done with him.
Yeah, I think he's pretty much toast. It could surprise me, but someone might surprise me, but. It would have to be totally pretty.
Well, it had to be someone getting. It had to be a significant injury to a player on something for him to get an invite. So,
Exactly.
But you know, who knows?
Stranger things have happened.
Well, he's this generation's Terrell Owens, in my opinion. Too many off the field stuff.
I'm afraid you may be right. Unfortunately.
I mean, he was a great player. Don't get me wrong. He was a great receiver. And yes, he did catch the ball against Green Bay. That was a catch.
Yeah, that was a catch.
But
hey guys, I had somebody drop by, so I'm gonna go ahead and check out.
all right,
All right.
Elliot.
You only got what, 25 minutes left?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Until further notice, I'll let you guys know
Okay.
either on Facebook or through Messenger when I actually do the draft.
All right.
What I might just do is the guy that still hasn't signed in, I won't include him in the draft, in the draft order. So he will wind up with the 12th pick. If he doesn't,
I know what you're
if
talking
he
about.
doesn't sign up by the time I do the order, then that's on him.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? He'll get 12 and 13.
All right, man.
All right,
Enjoy the rest of
fellas.
your evening.
Appreciate you.
All right.
Keep me informed. Let me know what's going on. All right.
All right.
All right, and when we'll do the draft next Sunday.
Well, the draft is next Sunday. Yeah.
Yes.
It's the draft order I got to work on.
Yeah. So.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anybody wanna
So
buy
it's gonna be
anybody
just.
Anybody
We're
want
gonna
to buy
have a lot of people on
spot?
camera next week. So.
Anybody want to buy a spot?
No. Ken retired for
We gonna start early next week, or are we still gonna do it at the same time?
7 o'clock.
7:30. We're gonna do the show 7 o'clock. We'll start the draft at 7:30.
I'll start the draft at 7:30.
Okay. Gotcha.
Okay.
Take a nap during the day job, Bob, because you may be up for a while.
And I'll send that stuff out, but you won't see it. But I'll send on Facebook for everybody.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, fellas.
We need to get Bob on. We need to get Bob on Facebook or something, or some kind of messenger so we can get a hold of
You'll
him.
need my window open for someone else.
Unfortunately, yeah, we'll have to do that, Ken, because there's just gonna be too many.
Because we're going to be bringing up more people.
Yeah, there could be as many as 12 of us on camera.
Could be as many as 12 as on screen. Yeah.
So, but
That's
anyway,
Scooter, your audio is breaking up. Are you having a problem?
Who, me
Anyone
or
else having a problem?
who?
I'm just getting a lot of static, and the audio is going in and out.
It's nothing wrong on my end. I can't get it. I don't have any issues on my end as far as hearing anybody.
I'm not hearing any. I'm not hearing any problem.
It could be your phone. I don't know.
I don't hear anything either.
That's
But
all right.
definitely won't be hearing you guys. See ya.
All right, Elliot.
All right, later.
Hi, Katie. Katie's put her 2 cents in. Katie Marshall's online on Facebook, Ken.
Yeah.
She says, shut it. We are not discussing that non-catch against Green Bay. I love it. I love it.
Oh boy.
She just joined as well. So leave it to Katie to put her 2 cents in. I love that girl. She's awesome.
Oh.
Many discussions we had in chat, but with Katie, I loved it. Just
a few.
Too funny.
The Steelers and the Titans have kicked off, Bob. So.
All right. Let me see if I even have that station.
That would be NBC.
NBC. I would hope so.
Let me see if I have that station.
Are you not? You don't have cable, Bob? Is that the problem?
NBC.
I have cable.
Okay, I have to use the NBC Sports app because I do not get NBC on my streaming.
Really?
Yeah. My Sling only gives me Fox, so I can only get Fox. I'm gonna be changing.
Really?
Yeah, I'm gonna be changing to PS View here in the next couple of weeks, and I'll be able to get.
Hold on 1 second.
I won't get NBC, but I'll get CBS and ABC on top of that.
I was looking at Fubo the other day, and Fubo doesn't carry ESPN.
I noticed that. Yeah, Fubo would be a great deal, but it doesn't carry ESPN.
Yeah, wow.
Hulu is great too, but Hulu doesn't carry NFL Network or NFL Red Zone. So I mean, I'm out with that too. Yeah, no ESPN, no NFL Network. I'm out. It's a deal breaker for me.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm gonna bite the bullet and go with PSU. It's one of the more expensive ones, but it's gonna give me all the channels I want.
You know, I've had cable off for the last since February, and it really sucks. I'm having to just depend on NBC, Fox, and ABC, and
Yeah.
ABC, and well, college games, and
Yeah. So how was your first week at the new job?
it was good. It was really good. I really like the kids. The parents, I got a couple of issues with, but I mean, it's like I posted the other day. I mean, I still got kids. I mean, parents that are walking their kids across, but when they go back, they go in the middle of the street, and I can't help them. I go, hey, you're on your own.
Yeah, Katie. Disney TV, when Disney goes live in November, they will be carrying ESPN Plus as part of the package. They're not going to have ESPN TV, but they're going to have ESPN Plus as part of their package. You get the basic Hulu, the Disney Channel, the Disney Plus, and wow, I can't think. You're going to get Hulu, basic Hulu, Disney Plus, and ESPN Plus for like $13. But basic Hulu is just streaming videos with ads. If you want to go even better, you have to upgrade with Hulu. But still,
they have all the Fox packages too.
Yeah, I think See, and that's why I'm going away from Sling, because Sling dropped the Fox packages. They dropped my Fox Sun networks. Like,
seriously?
Yeah, they dropped them. Yeah, so well, Hulu does have ESPN. They just don't have NFL Network. But yeah, they dropped the Fox Sports channels, the regional channels that are all over the country. For some reason, Sling dropped them. So I'm going to have to go to. So if I'm going to watch Lightning hockey, I have to go somewhere else.
Yep.
I'm going to have to start going and watching. I'm going to have to be hitting a lot of sports bars this year, because I don't have. All I have is local. You're
going to have to go to a sports bar that carries direct ticket. Is what you're going to need, Bob.
Right. And I'm going to have to figure out where there is something at this end of town. I knew where they used to be on the other end of town where I live, but I don't know where they're at now.
See if you can find a Steelers bar in town somewhere.
There is a bar that is owned by Ben Roethlisberger that I've went to.
Yeah.
But it's still, that's still 30 miles.
Yeah, it's a little too far to go. If you're going to have beer, you don't want to be driving home that way either.
Right.
Katie, you were, well, see, Hulu doesn't carry NFL Network, and Fubo doesn't carry ESPN. That's what you were talking about. There's two different streaming services. One's Fubo, one's Hulu. And Fubo doesn't carry ESPN, and Hulu doesn't carry NFL Network. So
AT&T doesn't carry NFL Network either.
Who?
AT&T.
Yeah, no. Well,
no.
I get it. I get NFL Network and Red Zone with Sling, but I also get it with PSU. So, and plus it's going to give me 2 more networks, which because I can't get any networks over the air where I'm at. I'm too far away from too far away from Tampa to get them. So I won't be able to get them. Yeah, I wanted to go to Hulu, but they don't have NFL Network, and that's a deal breaker for me. I won't even go there. Because if they don't carry NFL Network, they're not going to carry a Red Zone either, and that's how I watch my NFL all year long is through Red Zone. It's the only way I can get Browns highlights without having to, because I'm not forking out. It's $200 for a Sunday NFL ticket.
Right.
I mean, you and Rhonda had it for years, Bob. You know how expensive that shit was.
Right, and I used to pay for that too, and that's just crazy.
It's not worth it. It's not worth it. And they're being and actually DirecTV is being investigated to see if they're violating antitrust laws. So for the FCC. So because they got a monopoly on that crap, and that could be violating antitrust laws.
I was wondering about that because Spectrum. I had Spectrum, and
Yeah.
Spectrum has never had. I don't think.
No, and that's what I had too. Is I've got Spectrum Internet, and I had Spectrum Cable. They don't carry a ticket. Yeah. The only way you can get NFL Sunday Ticket is through DirecTV. You got to have a satellite dish on your
right.
Right.
Yeah, it's $200 a year. I won't pay that crap.
No.
I wish I could pay that now.
But NFL Red Zone from NFL Network is so entertaining. I mean, Scott Hansen is fantastic. I love it, and that's how I watch my NFL games because I get they can switch to any game in the friggin' during the day.
I mean, because they will. And it's awesome to sit there and watch it like that because you don't get to see, you don't have to watch commercials.
No commercials.
And you get to see all of you don't have to see all the
show every touchdown, every score as it, pretty much as it happens. Yes.
Every score, and you will know exactly what is going on in every game at all times. I love Red Zone.
7 hours of commercial-free football, Kenny, and it's phenomenal. I love it. It's just it's like crack in my veins, man. I just
it is the best way to watch football.
Yeah, it is.
Because you don't see everybody in their own territory driving down the field with all them 3-yard runs. You see, and if something happens, they'll break away and show you whatever touchdown just happened.
Yeah, and what's great
and then
is
they'll go back to whatever team is in the red zone.
What's great is if there's multiple games going on, they can go to an Octobox and have 8 games on the screen at one time.
Right, and they do that, especially at the end of the game. I love red zone.
Yes, and Scott Hansen calls the last hour of the early games the witching hour because anything can happen in that last hour.
Oh yes, oh yeah. I've noticed that in the last year or two, ESPN's kind of experimented with something like that for college games.
Yes, they have. ESPN does it too. Yes, ESPN does it too. The problem is they only can broadcast what their network is broadcasting. They can't do the prime games like with NBC and CBS. They can't do SEC. They can't do Notre Dame games. They can do ABC games. They can do, in any game that they're broadcasting, but they're limited as to what they can broadcast because of license.
Well, I think they can do SEC games since they own the SEC network. So
yeah, if it's on the SEC network, but if it's on CBS, no.
Oh, if it's not, you're right. If it's CBS, no.
Yeah, if you get your major games on CBS, like your LSU versus Alabama and any big time games, Georgia, Tennessee, whatever, and CBS is carrying whatever they're carrying, whatever CBS is carrying at 3:00 in the afternoon, you will not see on ESPN's goal line. No.
Has to be under the ESPN umbrella.
Yes.
It's still pretty nice.
It's not bad. It's like and Major League and MLB network has the same thing.
Yeah.
Strike zone.
Wrap around coverage. Yeah.
What the heck?
There's something else that I wanted to bring up, and I can't think what it was.
And I don't get whatever station has the Steeler game, so I just turned off.
You don't get NBC where you're at?
I can't find it.
Oh, God. You don't watch a lot of TV, do you, Bob?
No, I only watch like one TV station. That's it. Because I only watch one program.
Oh, gosh.
Tennessee is about to punt, and Ryan Switzer's back to field it. Former.
They're saying he might not even make the team this year.
Who?
Switzer.
Oh, yeah?
He's pretty decent. I mean, he's not a game breaker, but
no, but he's the best kick returner we've had since Antoine Randall.
Yeah, I can't argue that. That's true.
We've had horrible kick returners.
I don't know what happened after Randall L retired. I don't know
that was a hell of a kick. That was a hell of a kick.
It was 60-something yards.
Yeah.
He just backed off, let it go in the end zone.
Hi, Jen. Sorry for your loss. Buddy of mine from work. She's a Hurricane fan.
Oh.
Yeah, we got Gator fans, Hurricane fans, Seminole fans in my office, and just a bunch of trash talking going all day long. I'm a Seminoles fan by choice, as far as the 3 Florida teams are concerned. But of course, my loyalties are with Ohio State.
Of course. And Ohio State opens with a big Florida Atlantic next week. That will be on.
That'll be a juggernaut, won't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll be a barn burner.
Good old Lane
I hope
Kiffin.
Florida Atlantic beats them. I really
That's
do.
because you're a Penn State fan, so I don't want to hear it. Okay, I'm just telling you, just saying.
That's true.
What college team did Rondo pull for?
Indiana.
University of Indiana.
Right.
She was an alumnus of Indiana
Yes,
University.
she was an alumnus. Yes.
That's right.
Indiana basketball. Can't go wrong with that. In fact, I watched Hoosiers today. Speaking of Indiana basketball, I watched Hoosiers today.
Have you heard that Bob Nine is trying to move back to Bloomington?
Oh God! And Jen, yes, I watched the. I'm sorry, Jennifer. I did watch the game last night. It was ugly. It wasn't great, and Miami just fell victim to too many mistakes. I did watch the game. It was very ugly.
They look better than Florida in the part that I watched.
What he's trying to move? He said he was trying to move back to Bloomington, Ken.
Yeah, he's looking for a house in Bloomington. So I don't know if they're trying to bury the hatchet and what, but
He didn't leave Indiana on good terms, that's for sure.
Yeah, that was pretty raw.
Yep.
Go
ahead.
I was going to ask you, Florida and Miami are not playing again until 2024.
Yeah, they're going to do a home and home the 24 and 25.
Okay. So this was just a one-off deal in Orlando then.
Yeah, and that Miami offensive line is just, as Katie's just said, it was terrible. Oh my God.
That used to be such a strong point with them long ago.
Yeah, well, and Bobby, what were you saying earlier? I'm sorry. What were you talking about?
I said Miami looked better than Florida in the part that I watched.
Yeah, again, I agree, but the problem is Miami was victim to too many mistakes. They made too many mistakes in the offensive line. I mean, that last drive they had great field position, but they couldn't protect the quarterback. They fumbled the ball. They were just penalties were killing them. It was just very ugly. There's no reason why they shouldn't have scored in that last drive. No reason.
I didn't watch the end. I only watched probably the middle, but
yeah. But I mean,
Florida looks like they've got some pretty good linebackers. They get some good penetration in there, so that's be something to look out for. I don't think they're going to beat Georgia, but
no, I don't think anybody in the East is going to beat Georgia.
Second. Yeah, they're going to finish second, I would think.
Yeah.
I can't beat Tennessee.
Well, they'll beat Tennessee. Tennessee's not a great team, but I mean, Georgia is going to be the juggernaut in the East, just like Alabama will be the juggernaut in the West. So I mean, it's going to be Alabama, Georgia, and the SEC title, unless something drastic happens that one of them gets knocked off. But there's John.
Hey, John.
There he is.
What's up, John?
Back from the
the monster truck show. Did you have a good time with your son?
Yeah, man, it was great.
You like that monster truck shows, huh?
Oh yeah, buddy. Yeah. Let's have inbred sex with everybody. Yeah. Yeah, man. What's going on? So I have people like bugging the shit out of me because I'm the commissioner of this league. Everybody wants to know. They come to me instead of asking you guys, what's the draft order? Where do I find this?
We don't know what the draft order is because not all the players have paid yet. That's what Elliot's trying to get done is the draft order. And once everybody pays in, then we can get draft order done.
Who still needs to pay? I owe me and my kid because
Right. He said there's like 4 people left who haven't paid yet. And once everybody's paid, then yes, he can do the draft order, and the sooner the better.
So who's left to pay?
Well, I guess it's you.
Is it just my guys?
I think it's you and your son, and there's like 2 other ones. He didn't specify who the other 2 were.
Oh, okay. All right, because everybody's bitching at me. I'm the guy that's responsible for everything.
Well, just for you and your son, but Natty's big enough to take care of himself by this point.
No, Matthew sent me the money. It's just I gotta send it off. It's weekend. You know me. I'm never around on Saturdays, and then today was Monster Show day. But it's like, holy shit, man. He's like the freaking the fantasy Nazi, man. Holy crap, man.
Well, it's only because John, it's only because he wants to give us enough time to prepare by putting the draft order so you can prepare for that. That's why.
What's stopping from putting the draft order up?
Because
you just put it up.
He can't do it unless everybody's paid.
Because he's using this stupid system. Like, why not just like take the money personally? Like, why? What's the like? I trust him with it. It's not like he's going to go and spend it on strippers and coke and shit. Like,
John, I understand that, but you're not going to use PayPal. That's the only way you get the money to him is PayPal.
No, I can use Uphold. There's tons of ways. Dude, I've discovered how to send money in the States now with all of this shit that I'm doing right now. So there's tons of ways to get money. You don't need to have PayPal, and it's not just me. I mean, there's 1,000,001 people.
Okay. All right. Then I suggest, John. Then I suggest that you and I and Elliot get on a Zoom conference together, and we'll figure it out. Okay.
Yeah, it's all good. I'm gonna pay right now. It's insanity. Why it's like this is just craziness. Like it's a lot more stress than it needs to be. You know.
John, I liken to being in Las Vegas and wanting to see the cards before you ante up. They will ask you to leave the table if you do
that. That's a good point.
Yeah. So I mean, and that's where he's going. He wanted, he was, yes, we haven't. Technically, we have until Friday, but he'd rather have it in early so we can get the draft order so you guys. We can prepare.
You should have saw the freaking text messages at 8 o'clock on Saturday morning. Like the way that it was going on was like it was the end of the world if we didn't get. Everybody was going to get kicked out of the league if we didn't pay it in. Like
I know, but I didn't really get into it until tonight.
If we don't get draft order till 5 minutes before the draft, I am fine with that.
Well, I don't care what you're at. Yeah. I'm gonna pick whoever I want to pick when I get
exactly.
There. So
it's not.
Right,
it's not that big of a deal.
But to be the guy, I can't think of the freaking name. What I wanted to say. To be fair, on Elliot's side, he wants us to have as much time to prepare for the draft as possible by knowing where we're picking, and that's why he decided to do that. And I can understand his point of view in that respect. Okay, that's all I'm saying.
Is it going to be a snake system?
It's a snake. Yeah, it's a snake draft. Okay. Now, again, technically yes, we have until Friday, but I'd rather have more time than that to prepare for the draft as far as having the draft in place. And he has set it up to where he's not going to put the draft order in place until everybody has paid their dues. That's it. And that's that. He's the commissioner. That's what he's doing. Okay.
Yes, he's the commissioner. He deals with this shit. I'm not the commissioner. I don't want to deal with this shit.
And he needs to. I understand.
Like he needs to connect the other guys, not me. Like I don't want to be the middleman. Like
Don't get angry. Don't get angry.
No, I'm not angry. It ruined my freaking weekend, man.
I know.
I mean, it was just, it was like it's fantasy football is not supposed to be a stressful thing. It's supposed to be fun.
You blew up you blew my Twitter up yesterday too. I know that. So
dude, I was pissed off, man. It was just like because I heard like consistent messages for like an hour or two, like. It's not my thing. First of all, on Saturdays, I don't touch the computer and I have my phone blowing up.
Right.
So I got to get on the call and get these jackholes in Toronto to ante up and.
Sounds like you could call it the AFL, the Armageddon football.
Right.
I was gonna get something to eat, but I got to go get my wife and kids. So now I'm like, oh no, now you're stuck with me for the next 5 minutes. So fuck. You kept fucking talking.
All right. So we've all chimed in, John. So what are your feelings and your opinions?
The most overrated quarterback in history, and I never knew. I'm guessing we're talking Andrew Luck.
Yes.
I never thought he would do that, and it's not saying that I knew he was going to do it, but dude, for someone who's seen him play live, he's not there. There was something with him. That everybody was so ooh, and I knew, dude. There was something about him that just seemed off. And you know what I've said about him since time. Like I've always said, he's overrated.
Yeah.
He's kind of like how I feel about Odell Beckham Jr. Like just like dudes they have all the talent in the world, but there's just something I can't put my finger on it. And I wasn't really surprised. I mean, it was like, okay, like, yeah, I kind of figured out.
I'm just surprised with the timing is all. That's the
timing. Yeah, the timing was, yeah, the timing's bullshit. I mean, that kind of, Jacoby Brissett. Like, are you serious? Oh, dude, like,
don't underestimate Jacoby Brissett. He might surprise you.
Dude, they have no O-line, and this is why Luck got hurt and why what's-his-face only got one Super Bowl, because they don't invest in O-line in Indianapolis. So
yeah, and that's what we talked about, too. That's why Luck had all his injuries, because he wasn't being protected, because the front
never got protected.
wasn't drafting over offensive line. They were drafted for show and not for protection, and that's why he got all his injuries in his career.
Yep.
So,
yep. That's what I think. I'm not surprised at all. I agree with Bob. The timing's the only thing that surprised me. But dude, I remember that game. I was in Buffalo a couple seasons ago, season opener, man. This guy he looked so shit. And this was before his injury. So this is like when he's Andrew Luck, the second coming of Peyton Manning.
Like 2016.
Yeah, it was 15 or 16. It was one of those. I can't remember,
because he missed the entire 17 season with that shoulder injury. So I would think it was probably 16 or 16.
It was 16. Yeah.
I watched him live one time too.
Last year, wasn't it?
It was last year
in Jacksonville.
Colts won like 12 out of 13 games or something. But the one game that they lost, they got shut out at Jacksonville.
Yeah.
6-0. And that was the game.
That sounds really exciting.
It was
oh my God,
the most awful football game in history.
Let's look at this.
That was the game that Blake Bortles got benched.
Yeah.
And they had, I forget who, Cody Kessler, I think, was their starting quarterback for Jacksonville at that point.
That was like week 16 and week 17, wasn't it? When it last toward the end of the season?
Yeah.
I am not getting out of this car. They can come over here. I am not going over to that shit.
Oh, gosh.
There's a whole big family freaking reunion, barbecue shit. I ain't getting out of the car. I'm sitting right here. Nowhere. They want to come over, they can come over, man. I ain't dealing with that shit.
John's on fire today.
He is.
Dude, I've had a rough-ass weekend, man. Rough-ass weekend. The business was good. You got to get on that team build, Scott. Stop screwing around. Screw Rocket Responder. Get your ass over with us, man.
Yeah, I see where you got the new responder in there. I'm impressed you picked them up.
Damn right, man. And we're filling up the third leg too, man. So get your ass in there if you want the free shit.
Okay.
Get out of the relationship with the.
Well, I haven't used RR in a long time. I mean, if I post to my blog, it goes, but I don't use my blog as often as I used to. So, if I do something on Steam it, then yeah, I'll probably. I mean, I need to do that and get into CTP and the Rocket Responder. You're right, or not? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. These jackholes are doing it. I'm not saying my family. I'm talking about the in-laws.
I'll get your link later, Jen.
Are you enough of a tennis fan to know if the
U.S. Open is my second favorite tournament after Wimbledon?
Really?
I love the U.S. Open because of the night play and how fast paced it is. Oh, look at this, John! Look at your camera. Look at your camera. Just for you, John.
Just for you, John.
Thank you, man. Well, hold on here. We'll just let them know. It's okay. I have always got Raptors propaganda on hand, man. You just need not to know.
Because John wasn't home.
I knew John didn't have his card, so I decided I had to make one for him.
Nice. Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you, Bob. Appreciate it. I don't see the chat because I'm on my phone, so I'm assuming there's people saying hi and all that.
Yeah.
So hello, who's over there?
Yeah, Jen says you're on fire. And she went woohoo. Now her day is complete. She saw the sign for the Raptors, so she's good.
I gotta come up with content today, man, because I usually record this and upload it as a podcast. So
right.
I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do tonight, man. Shit, I might actually have to think.
Oh boy. After the weekend you've had, you probably got a lot to say.
No, I'm dude. The business has been great. CTP is crushing it, and Steam is going fine. Everything is freaking dandy. It's my fantasy football life that's stressed out. Oh, I got beef because first of all, I thought the draft was tonight, so that's why I was about to redline on that.
Yeah.
But wait, there's more. The other league I'm in, my big boy league, the $250 league, they're having their draft on Tuesday because the freaking commissioner's a jackhole too. You know, just like it's the jackhole hour with fantasy football.
Yeah.
Why do people insist on having drafts? Oh wait, hold on. Sister-in-laws are running towards the car. Hold on. What?
I need to buy.
Say hi to everybody.
See that touchdown, Bob?
What? They're all laughing at you.
Oh, hi guys. Hi.
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 Hi. Hi.
What, are they coming or what are they doing?
Yeah, they're coming. There's so much chaos around it.
I know, that's why I'm parked over here. There's like
back up?
1,000 people. I ain't picking nothing up, man. No, I'm not doing anything, man.
Okay,
That's your family, not mine.
Yeah.
Bye guys. Hi.
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 Yeah, I can see it. There's people flooding out of the house. Like it's not the party's in the house, but there's people like
it's coming out of the ground, right?
Yeah, it's my nephew's birthday, right? So
Yeah.
my sister-in-law took him over to. This is her kid's father's family.
Okay.
So I've got nothing to do with this shit.
Yeah.
This is why I'm over here. I don't want anything to do with these people, man.
Yeah.
They're good. They can sit there and party and do whatever. I'm just.
You've got a big enough zoo in your own house to worry about what's going on in that one.
Yeah, that's my in-laws. The in-laws I can deal with because
Yeah.
it's like, you know, it's my family. I've married into it, but this ain't me. I got nothing to do with this shit.
It's all good.
Free as a bird. Free as a bird.
Talking about those night matches, Scooter. I think some of the best ones I saw and remember seeing were Connors and McEnroe.
Connors, when he was at the end of his career, the one match he had at the U.S. Open was just, I guess, who did he play in that match? It was, but Connors I loved watching Jimmy play because he wore his emotions on his sleeve the entire match.
Yeah.
And he loved New York, and New York loved him back.
Oh, you're talking
U.S. Open.
tennis.
Yes.
Open.
Right.
Yeah, U.S.
Is
Open.
U.S. Open now? Is it
Yeah,
now?
it starts tomorrow.
I always loved watching. Well, I was little whenever those guys played, but I used to love watching McEnroe whenever I was little, just because I've never.
Just he would yell, and he was exciting. Yes, he didn't know what kind of thing he would throw. It was awesome.
Yeah.
McEnroe.
I was
amazing.
a big fan of Yvonne Lendl. I wasn't a big Borg fan, but I loved watching Lendl play because him and that's why I like Nadal, because I always like watching the lefties play because the lefties games are always just amazing to watch. But I'm a big Rafa fan right now. And of course Jimmy Connors was left-handed too, so it was just great to watch. It was fun, and his cracks and get the crowd going. He just get the crowd going, and I loved it. But yeah, the U.S. Open is one of my favorite tournaments. Yeah, I'm probably going to watch some of the matches this year.
And
hold on.
I used to always like watching Agassi too.
Anything between Rafa and Joker or Federer?
I like Rafa better. Yeah, I like Federer, but I'm a big Rafa fan, and it was just, I mean, Djokovic. I don't like Djokovic that much. I'm just not big on him. It's Tita. Hey. John, why'd you give your family the phone?
I don't know.
Hold on. You're throwing it.
Yeah, like a lot of the time. Come here.
Oh,
He's trying to put.
He's putting the baby into the car seat. I see. Okay. How are you, Tita?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
Doing well. It's good to see you and your smiling face.
Thank you. You too. Very nice to see you.
Yep. But no, Ken, the U.S. Open matches are just on another level. I love them. And all that matters to me is that Serena doesn't win or Venus doesn't win because I can't stand the Williams sisters. I can't stand either one of them.
Serena play? Heard she was hurt.
All right.
You had to pull out a couple of minutes.
I don't know.
It's just going back and forth. Scott,
Yeah.
I'm out of here.
All right, buddy.
Later, guys.
Yeah.
Bye. All right. Bye.
Oh God. Well, no, they were advertising a match between her and God, who's the blonde leggy one?
Oh,
I want to call her Annika, but it's not Annika.
Sharapova?
Yeah, Maria Sharapova.
Sharapova.
They were talking about Maria's going to be in the tournament, and I think one of her first matches, I guess, is against Serena. I don't know for sure, but Serena had had issues with back spasms at Wimbledon, so she had to withdraw.
Yeah.
But I'm tired of Serena. I'm tired of her. I'm sorry.
I read this week that the guy she got into it with last year in last year's final has been deliberately kept away from her matches this year if she's going to play. So that's kind of bizarre, but I can understand why, I guess. Well,
there was a whole big issue with her getting signs from her coach last year, and technically he was coaching. If you look at the reruns and look at the replays, he was coaching her. He wasn't just sitting here. So,
I don't think he didn't deny it.
No, he didn't deny it. But it is what it is. And I don't take too much. I take it with a grain of salt because Serena doesn't need to be coached during the middle of a match. She knows what she's doing. As probably the greatest player to ever play. But I'm over her attitude. I'm over her entitlement issues, and I'm done with her. I've been done with her for years. So anytime she goes out early in a tournament, I'm happy. But I'm looking forward to this. I mean, Rafa's healthy for the first time in a long time this year. So I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do. Roger's always great to watch during Wimbledon. I mean, during the U.S. Open as well. Again, like I said, I'm not a big Djokovic fan, but Roger and Rafa. I mean, granted, they're good. There's not going to be not many more years we're going to be able to see these guys play in their prime. So, because they're getting toward the end of their career. Roger's what, 38, 37,
37, I believe.
Yeah,
37, I believe. Yep, he's had an unbelievable career.
Actually, absolutely. Yep. But all right, I'm about ready to get out of here, guys. It's almost 9. Thanks everybody for watching on Facebook and on Vim and on Twitter. We appreciate it. We're the Sports Nerds. We do this every Sunday night at 7 p.m. Next week, we will be doing our fantasy draft, so there may be as many as 12 people on screen. If you want to sit there and watch us pick players that may get hurt the first week of the season, by all means, watch. Pick up, keep an eye out for us. But we'll be doing it live on next Sunday. We don't know how long it's going to go. We could go to midnight for all I know. So, Bob, you might want to take a nap on Sunday to make just before we draft, because I know you have to get up early on Monday.
Right. And I have been taking a nap because, I mean, heck, when you texted me earlier, I was taking a nap. So.
There you go. Well, at least you got my message this time because you didn't get it 2 weeks ago when I sent it to you, but that's okay. And you were sleeping and you slept right through it because you had your phone on silent.
Right. But I figured out how to work my phone now. So.
Wow.
Sort of.
Whoa.
A little bit. I told you it's a work in progress. But
by the time you know your phone, it'll be time to get a new one. But I'm just saying. Anyway, we're out of here for this week. Thanks everybody for watching. On behalf of John, Elliot, Ken, and Bob the Beer Man, I'm Scott the Sports Nerd. Thanks everybody for watching, and we are out.
Juice.
Stream stopped.